you deliver strong results. Your patients are happy, yet referrals stay near zero. Why? Most clinics assume this is a marketing problem. It isn't. Satisfied patients do not automatically refer, especially when the decision carries perceived risk. Referring you is not a recommendation. It feels like taking responsibility for someone else's outcome. In the next few minutes, we'll break down the 3 forces killing referrals and show you what actually fixes them. Start with mindset. The biggest barrier is not satisfaction, it is fear. More specifically, social risk. A bad restaurant tip means a bad meal. A bad medical recommendation can mean a life-altering outcome. That risk shuts people down. It gets worse with what we call GP conflict. Many patients never tell their local doctor they travelled, which makes it something they avoid discussing at all. Then there is the hero effect. Some patients see their result as a personal win and are reluctant to share the source behind it. And then silent success. When the outcome is great, patients want to move on. They don't revisit the version of themselves that needed treatment. So, if happy patients are wired to stay quiet, what actually makes them speak? The answer sits after the procedure. This is where most providers disappear. That gap kills what is known as the service recovery effect, where a minor issue handled well creates more loyalty than a flawless case. Why does that matter? Because perfection is expected. What builds trust is how you show up when the patient feels uncertain. Most clinics ask for referrals at discharge when patients are tired and focused on getting home, not recommending a surgeon. By the time satisfaction peaks months later, when results are visible and confidence is high, there is no follow-up, no prompt, no system. This exposes the real issue, a transactional mindset. Patients are treated as completed cases, not long-term advocates. Even if you solve the relationship side, referrals still fail if your systems create friction. Most clinics have no referral infrastructure. Patients are left to explain everything on their own, from safety to logistics. That is too much to ask. Even motivated patients default to silence. And when tools exist, they miss the point. Clinics provide technical details, while friends care about experience and reassurance. This is how people actually decide. They can't evaluate surgical technique, so they rely on what they can understand and repeat. They talk about how easy everything felt. The airport pickup, the hotel, the support, the overall experience. That becomes your real referral currency. But even with psychology and systems aligned, referrals can still stall. The final barrier is trust transfer. A patient may trust you with their outcome. That doesn't automatically extend to the entire journey. Recommending you means standing behind the clinic, the destination, the safety standards, and the follow-up. If any part of that feels uncertain, the referral stops there. Now, layer everything together. Psychological hesitation, the bargain stigma, weak follow-up, and lack of referral infrastructure don't operate in isolation. They reinforce each other. Add in cultural norms, where medical decisions are often kept private, and silence becomes the default. Combine perceived risk with no clear way to explain or support the recommendation, and patients are given both the reason and the excuse to stay quiet. That's why referrals fail. Not randomly, and not because patients aren't satisfied, but because the system makes speaking up feel uncomfortable and just risky enough to avoid. Fixing this isn't about asking for more referrals. It's about removing the reasons patients stay silent in the first place. When risk feels lower, when the relationship continues, and when patients have something simple to share, behavior changes. Referrals stop feeling like a decision. They start feeling natural. And when that happens, you don't chase growth. It shows up through the patients who already trust you. In the end, the question isn't why your patients aren't referring. It's whether your system ever made it feel safe for them to do so.